To most, pest control involves calling an exterminator. In the Mississippi Delta, it can mean hunting time. Going after some pretty massive monsters, gators that can grow up to 1,000 pounds. ABC's Gio Benitez joined those adventurous and fearless folk to see how they wrangle those reptiles.
It's midnight, deep in the dark waters of the Mississippi Delta, and we're along for the final 48 hours of this record-breaking alligator hunting season. What lies beneath? Jurassic Park. These hunters are struggling to reel a writhing 11-foot alligator into their 18-foot boat.
I told you not to stand up with that.
We're in the Delta National Forest. It's the same place where, during Mississippi's alligator hunting season, 3 teams captured massive monsters, sparking headlines across the nation.
This massive gator tips the scales at 741.5 pounds.
Just this past weekend, the Stokes family in Alabama captured a true behemoth, 15 feet even, 1,011.5 pounds, the biggest caught in Alabama ever. And next door in Mississippi, meet Beth Trammell and her family of unusual gator hunters. Her son Parker, husband Rob, and brother-in-law Sean. They caught this 723-pounder, and just an hour later, Dustin Bachman and his team wrangled this one 4 pounds heavier. So on this night, we hit the pitch-black swamps of Mississippi with that ordinary suburban family turned reptile wranglers.
Beth, you're a paralegal by day, alligator hunter by night.
The alligator queen.
The alligator queen.
The Alligator Queen's family catching that giant gator on their first hunt ever.
Very first time to ever go alligator hunting. That was our second night.
It felt like you were in the presence of a dinosaur.
Yes.
You felt
It
that?
looked like it. It looked like it. That's what I said. It looked like the Loch Ness Monster.
Were you ever scared?
Yes. Yes. Very scared. He pulled us around in circles for probably an hour and a half.
It's her son Parker's 18th birthday, and he's looking to catch a second gator. Aboard their 12-foot Wrangling rig, we spot the first gator. And Sean throws out his line, hooking the gator's foot.
Oh, he's right here.
It's about 5 feet long, which makes it a legal catch.
I mean, it's beautiful, really. That's beautiful.
But the night is young, and they let it go.
It's gone.
For the next 3 hours of chasing, the Trammells would spot gators, but they'd disappear underwater as soon as they spotted us.
It's all those eyes, those red eyes.
Come on, buddy.
Time ticks away. It's now midnight, and this alligator shows his face.
Come on, buddy. Come on up. Get your breath.
At about 5 feet long, it's the one they want. Some people might be wondering, why do you do this?
We eat the meat. I don't see it any different than the prepackaged meat in the grocery store.
In fact, with that giant catch, they'll have 120 pounds of meat, enough to last months.
All right, let's get the hand sanitizer out. It's hydrogen peroxide. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
That's such a mom thing to say.
Yes.
Is it safe?
It is safe. It is safe. We've only had 2 accidents reported. Both of those were fairly minor. We had one person that actually got bit on the hand.
Biologist Ricky Flint, the hunt coordinator,
She's going to come out. She'll be right at the edge of the boat.
took us right to a female gator's coveted spot, her nest. He says they are so big because for years nobody was allowed to hunt them. So the gators kept growing in size and population, so much so they've become a dangerous nuisance.
For many people here, alligators have become a problem on their property.
Oh, absolutely. Goldfish ponds, swimming pools, under the deck of a house, in the highways, in the parking lots of downtown Jackson.
Even though gators are not endangered, there are critics who say this is a blood sport, that wild alligators should be left in the wild.
There's going to be people who are watching this who say, I'm not so comfortable with that. Why are you out there killing alligators?
We see this as a renewable resource. Just like these trees that are growing here, if I cut that tree down, it's going to regenerate itself, either from the acorn that falls to the ground and sprouts or from root sprouts. The same thing happens with these alligators as well as any other wildlife species that we manage through hunting.
And that record breaker, Dustin Bachman, We had to go out with him.
I guess you could say an overnight celebrity. It still hadn't quite set in, but everywhere I go, you know, people recognize me. Ready to go see if we can find a good one.
Dustin and his team are looking for an even bigger catch tonight.
Hunting an animal, you know, 700 pounds is something that could eat you, has thousands of pounds of jaw pressure. It's pretty exciting. It's not a competition, but we try to, you know, take an older animal, and that's what we shoot for. So
4 hours go by without a bite.
we've seen maybe, I'd say 40 or 50 alligators, and got close to a couple, but not close enough to get a shot.
Now at 3 a.m., his team spots the big one.
Jerk the line. Hold on.
The battle would go on for hours.
I got it. Let it go. Stop.
In the end, an 11-foot monster
I'll be careful when that goes on.
captured right in front of our cameras. Each hunter allowed 2 gators in this 10-day season. The long night has turned into an early morning.
We set out tonight with hopes of catching an alligator, maybe a big one, maybe a small one, we didn't know, but it's really hard to get one in the first place. I just enjoy being out here and love doing it. So.
For Nightline, I'm Gio Benitez in the Mississippi Delta.